Well, Coach, the seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Detroit Lions. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Watch the pass.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Alert three. Shift. Jam.
On second down and 4. Jackson looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Here's Johnson. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On the toss, here's Johnson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 yards on the play, first down.
If you kill it, motion me out. Big Ed.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
11 yards there, and a Lion first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Crunch time, defense.
Throwing again. Jackson on the move to his left. And his pass incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And Jackson throwing once more. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's complete. Stills. A gain of 6 there on first.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
What you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something. Give me something. What we got? 51's in my
Rosen hands off to Johnson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Getting the sense Charles are going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Single.
at the 23-yard line.
Tighten up. X3, 218, jump. Monday. Hey, Foxtrot. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. And Stills bringing it in. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Rosen. And that is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
This is taken at about the 14. $12 yards on the return that time, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
On first down, Drake. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Shit. Shit. 41's coming. 41's a mic. Army.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson rolling to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Watch the screen. 41 Mike.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And find Golladay, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Running for the shotgun with Drake. Now Drake loses the football, and the Texans scoop it, and they get the football. They'll set up shop. At their own 49-yard line. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
No, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he'll be taken down, as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Rush by the Texans, and they block it. Now it's picked up near midfield, and they'll wind up with it in enemy territory at the 46-yard line. And with points at an extreme premium here in a 0-0 game, that could be a big special teams play right there.
That's an advantage play. Someone create an advantage for their team, give them an opportunity, and special teams is usually a terrific starting point for that. Blocking the punt, now they've given themselves a chance, and it sees momentum.
It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Johnson. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Middle.
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
51 to Mike. Ricky. Monday. Hey, alert. Hey, wahoo! Hurry!
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down.
Mike 41, Mike 41. I can't believe that you...
Jackson on first down. Looking downfield for Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Going deep for Hopkins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Rosen. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And now it's Rosen looking. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And no return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On first down, it's Drake. Carlos Watkins in there for the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. I'm here all day. Ready. Ready. 41's the Mike. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver, but now it'll be third down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Mike 41, Mike 41.
On third down, Jackson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll run it with Johnson, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the 35 on second down, Rosen. It's caught, Stills, right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
First down, Houston.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still have the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Extra point good by Prater, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
Back to the air, Rosen after the pick 6. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the ground, this is Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Rosen now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Now Rosen looking to throw. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Rosen. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Rosen will throw. His throw caught at about the 5. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Check 59, Mike.
Now it's Rosen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist, 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 twist. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist, watch twist, 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 twist. You go tight, you got tight, you got tight right there. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Will Harris. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
After the interception. Here's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Play action here with Rosen. And he'll find Akins there, complete.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. Rosen, he finds his target, Fuller. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd and a couple. Rosen got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
55, Mike, 55.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Looking deep down. He's got a man. Complete. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Golladay, 87 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Prater for the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's caught out wide by Stills. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play. And
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devon Kennard. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's second down.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
It's just me and you.
Here's Rosen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second down, Washington. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the score. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Washington, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson throwing deep for Golladay. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Watch the run, watch the run. Alert. Check 3. Check 3.
After the interception, here's Rosen. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Will Harris there to make the play.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards. The Texans pick up the 1st down.
At the 35-yard line. A gain of 15. 1st down. Texans.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 22-yard line.
Good night. Monday. All right, here we go.
And this is incomplete.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense, because you got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, they'll give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, Jackson. It's complete to Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On first down, Drake. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That one a first down pickup of 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Kenny Golladay, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Double dog, that's the way.
Now it's Jackson. They'll roll him out, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point good by Prater. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
From the 30 on second down, Rosen into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. 23 yards the pickup there. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. To throw is Rosen. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. And the pressure gets to him again. Deshaun Hand in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the...
Jones hit, and the ball's out. And the Texans scoop it. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Following the fumble recovery, it's Rosen. He's got Fuller.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, Charlie.
Now it's Rosen. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
And it's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Being chased out left. Now a desperation throw deep down. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for Detroit. And even 60 yards. Jackson now eluding the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. It's complete to Drake. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 22 yards there, a first down. Again, Jackson. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Rosen to a knee, and that ought to do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Texans,